It is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. It is 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and so you know what time it is. It's time for a little bit of coin metal. And it was yet another non-virtual get your ass kicked out Jiu-Jitsu Wednesday. Actually by Jiu-Jitsu because I didn't actually do any like Jiu-Jitsu per se. You know, it's that series of weekend bouts kind of put things into perspective as far as like, you know, reorienting myself with the difference between simply sparring not sparring, but like simply drilling and doing the movements and actually sparring, you know, actually applying them. And you know, you wouldn't think that there's that big a difference, but there is. Opportunities and the angles that you choose, they aren't necessarily congruent with the way that you're taught them. You know, it's how they become available, and not necessarily how the same series of events that we're instructed in, right? And so today, me and my partner, we did some interesting stuff. I had this really hard time getting this, it's like a Russian grip or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. But it's this thing where, like, if you're in the clinch with your opponent, where you've got one arm behind, or one hand behind their right elbow, and then like maybe their neck with your left arm, right? And it's switching the grip from left hand in the back of the neck to left hand on their right wrist, and then extending back with your right shoulder and kind of popping their arm out and kind of straightening it out a little bit, you know. And then you step back and drop your head like right in between their head and their shoulder, and you like straighten that arm out while still keeping that head pressure in there, and then you yank them forward so they'll step forward and you go in for that single leg. Well, I had the hardest time getting that grip right, and my partner today was just so on it. It was like, I want to get it that good. When I can get it that good, I'm going to yank people off their fucking feet with this thing. You know, because the way my partner was doing it, really popping that shoulder back, you know, really throwing it way hard back, and just no hesitation. And like I said, that I'm like shit. At least I would say I had about 50 pounds on my partner today, and she just yanked me. She yanked me, and it was like, wow. You know, I mean, there's so much power in that movement that, you know, because you're using most of your core muscles. You know, it's not something you're doing with your arm or your toes or anything like that. It's your bigger muscle groups. So like your hips, your shoulders, you know, your torso, and these are very, very powerful muscles. And so when you can get them all working in unison like that, to where it's just a snap. And it just, like I said, she was yanking me off my feet. So yeah, it was definitely educational. And like I said, if I can ever get it that good, I am going to throw people off of their feet, or just yank them right off of their feet, trying to get that single leg, or trying to get in for that single leg, just on that movement of slinging my shoulder back to come in for that. It was just, oh man, brutal. But anyway, so yeah. It was a lot of fun. I'm not quite up to speed to do open mat yet. I'm getting there though. I think probably another week or so. I'm still recovering. I can still feel it at the end of a class. I can still feel a lot of tension around my ankle. So it tells me that I'm still feeling a little bit of pain from it, you know, and I'm doing a lot to protect it, and so that additional strain is kind of making things tense down there. And so yeah, I think I'm probably like a week or so away from going back to regular rolling on the regular. But when that happens, I'm probably gonna I might actually be late occasionally, because sometimes I get on a good roll and I don't want to get off the mat. I just kind of want to stay there for a little while, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't object. But anyway, let's go ahead and throw down with some music, and we're going to go with some body count. You know we are, and I'm feeling this evening, just kind of feeling it, because there's a lot of robbery going on out there, a lot of thievery happening, and so here it is, the Ski Mask Way, First Dance, here on Coin Metal. Oh God, I was gonna let that run. That's actually Periphery Omega. Man, every once in a while that happens to you. You know, you buy an album and it turns out to be really good, and it's just like this band seems to be kind of popular kind of thing. You know, you buy it, and the first album that you buy from them is really fucking great. It's kind of conceptual, just a teeny tiny, and you can live with it because the songs aren't overly long or anything like that. But then, like on Ultra Impulse, you buy another album from them, and it turns out to be a double album, and it is conceptual, entirely conceptual, and all of the songs are related, and so just jumping into any one of them is kind of weird. It's like a Meshuggah album, like Catch 33, where it's like one song, but it's broken up into 40, or like I think it was like 8 different parts or something like that, but it's 46 minutes of continuous song. And so if you were to select any one of the quote-unquote songs of it, you'd be like right in the middle of a movement from the previous song that's like still going. It's just weird. You'd be right in the middle of another song. Anyway, so I was going to let it run, but I looked and it's like a 12-minute song, so no, not going to let that happen. But anyway, as far as what we're going to get into, it's like the news of the day at least. Twitter got hacked. And it's something that I don't know. I'm looking at it from the perspective of like who got hit, and apparently it was like Andreas Antonopoulos and a whole bunch of other people that had blue checks. And it seemed to me that I saw something a few days ago about somebody talking about hacking President Trump's Twitter account. And it wasn't like it was like a speculation. Oh, you know, what if somebody could hack that? They could start a war or whatever. Well, I'm starting to wonder if whoever sent that was like some internal individual. Anyway, I'm looking at this thing, and apparently they've hacked multiple accounts from within Twitter, and I'm trying to find an article that relates directly to it, because I've specifically avoided reading any articles about it, specifically because I wanted to talk about it on this show. And so here it is. I found this article here. It's on TechCrunch. Apple, Biden, Musk, and other high-profile Twitter accounts hacked in crypto scam. And I want to start off by saying that, in all honesty, I think this is probably an inside job, or somebody has Twitter the way that Marriott had. It was gotten. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that Marriott is still compromised. It's just they've got like some sort of temporary mitigation or whatever, but it's not powerful enough for like whatever backdoor this guy has. And he just keeps tapping him every once in a while. Just like, oh yeah, you know, I'll sell another 3 million people's fucking records or whatever. And it's like, okay, are you guys like still hacked? You know, what the fuck? But yeah, Marriott hack, if you're unfamiliar with that, I did do at least one episode about that And it turns out that they'd been hacked for approximately, I think it was 16 months, or before they detected the fact that they were hacked. Meaning the person had internal access to their shit for 18 months. See, personally, I think that's probably been the case with Twitter, or, I don't know, we've talked about all kinds of security issues, issues in your OPSEC, in your info security, we've talked about all kinds of little mitigation strategies that you can do on the show, But it turns out that people are people, and no matter what, your security is never 100% perfect. And so when you're thinking about an attack that has happened, okay, and considering like who are the possible entities that executed it, was it a government action? Was it a disgruntled employee? Was it some rando that happened to find a fucking laptop somewhere left by one of your employees and they just never bothered to report the fact that they lost it, and that no, that's not been them logging on for the last 6 months and doing all kinds of shit on your server? These things still happen. Humans are humans. Anyway, let me get a sip off this and we're going to dive into this bad boy. Apple, Biden, Musk, and other high-profile Twitter accounts hacked in crypto scam. This is by Zach Whitaker, Taylor Hatmaker, and Sarah Perez. So, penis, and no penis. And this is authored July 15th, 2020 at 1:34 PDT PM. So yeah, let's get into this thing. A number of high-profile Twitter accounts were simultaneously hacked on Wednesday by attackers who used the accounts, some with millions of followers, to spread a cryptocurrency scam. Apple, Elon Musk, Joe Biden, and Bill Gates were among the accounts compromised in a broadly targeted hack that remained mysterious hours after taking place. Those accounts and many others posted a message promoting the address of a Bitcoin wallet with the claim that the amount of any payments made to the address would be doubled and sent back, a known cryptocurrency scam technique. In the hours following the initial scam posts, Kim Kardashian West, Jeff Bezos, Barack Obama, Wiz Khalifa, Warren Buffett, YouTuber Mr. Beast, Wendy's, Uber, Cash App, and Mike Bloomberg also posted the cryptocurrency scam. Before the scope of the incident became clear, the hack initially appeared to target cryptocurrency-focused accounts. In an initial wave of scam posts, Bitcoin, Ripple, CoinDesk, Coinbase, and Binance were hacked with the same message, quote, "We have partnered with Crypto for Health and are giving back 5,000 Bitcoin to the community," followed by a link to a website which we are not linking to. The linked website was quickly pulled offline. Kristaps Ronka, chief executive of NameSilo, the domain registrar used by the scammers, told TechCrunch that the company suspended the domain, quote, "on the first report it received." Hacked accounts shift to sharing multiple Bitcoin wallet addresses as the incident went on, making things more difficult to track. Twitter acknowledged the situation at 2:45 p.m. PDT Wednesday afternoon, referring to it as a, quote, "security incident." "We are aware of a security incident impacting accounts on Twitter. We are investigating and taking steps to fix it. We will update everyone shortly." At first, it appeared that some of the compromised accounts were back under the owner's control, as tweets were quickly deleted. But then, Elon Musk's account tweeted, quote, "Hi," after his initial tweet with the scam was deleted. The hi tweet also disappeared. Twitter users reported seeing error messages on the platform as the situation went on. TechCrunch reporter Natasha Mascarenas saw this error, see below, when she tried to create a threaded tweet. TechCrunch reporter Sarah Perez saw a similar error when trying to post a normal tweet. Both have verified accounts. This request looks like it might be automated to protect our users from spam and other malicious activity. We can't complete this action right now. Please try again later. That's the kind of thing that makes me think they're completely pwned from somebody else, an external actor, instead of an internal actor. But continuing on. As the issues continued, many verified Twitter users also reported being unable to tweet. Around 3:15 p.m. PT, the official Twitter support account confirmed, quote, "Users may be unable to tweet or reset your password while we review and address this incident." You may be unable to tweet or reset your password while we review and address this incident. Twitter support, July 15, 2020. Who was hacked? It became clear early on that this situation was not the case of a single account being compromised, as we've seen in the past, but something else altogether. Even Apple, a company known for robust security, somehow fell victim to the scheme. Let's see. All Bitcoin sent to our address below will be sent back to you, blah, blah, blah. Only going on for the next 30 minutes. Twitter's account, Apple's account was also hacked. This was the account's first tweet. Many high-profile accounts were quickly hijacked in rapid succession Wednesday afternoon, including Elon Musk, the eccentric Twitter-obsessed tech figure who, with a notoriously engaged fan base. A scam tweet posted to the Tesla and SpaceX founder's account simply directed users to send Bitcoin to a certain address under the guise that he will, quote, double any payment, a known cryptocurrency scam technique. Musk's account appeared to remain compromised for some time after the initial message, with follow-up posts claiming users were sending money to the suspicious address. Well, let's see, the tweet read, Elon Musk, I'm feeling generous because of COVID-19. I'll double any Bitcoin payment sent to my Bitcoin address for the next hour. Good luck and stay safe out there. Fucking idiots. Shit. A number of extremely prominent Democratic political figures were also hacked as part of the cryptocurrency scam, including Barack Obama and Joe Biden. As of the time of writing, no Republican politicians have been hacked. Wiz Khalifa's account was also compromised, as the Twitter account of popular YouTuber Mr. Beast, who often posts giveaways, making his repost of the Bitcoin address particularly likely to drive followers to the scam. The hacker also hit legendary investor Warren Buffett, a prominent and harsh critic of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Quote, I don't have any cryptocurrency, and I never will, Buffett told CNBC in February. Unusual hack, common scam. While the scope of Wednesday's Twitter hack is unprecedented on the social network, the kinds of scams the hacked accounts promoted are common. Scammers take over high-profile Twitter accounts using breached or leaked passwords and post messages that encourage users to post their cryptocurrency funds to a particular address under the guise that they'll double their investment. In reality, it's simple theft, but it's a scam that works. The blockchain address used on the scam site had already collected more than 12.5 Bitcoin, some $116,000 in today's currency, and going up by the minute. The spokesperson for Binance told TechCrunch, quote, "The security team is actively investigating the situation of this coordinated attack on the crypto industry. Several other companies affected by the hacked accounts did not immediately respond to a request for comment. It is not immediately known how the account hacks took place. Security researchers, however, found that the attackers had fully taken over the victims' accounts and also changed the email address associated with the account to make it harder for the real user to regain access. Scammers frequently reply to high-profile accounts like celebrities and public figures to hijack the conversation and hoodwink unsuspecting victims. Twitter typically shuts down these accounts pretty fast. Yeah, whatever. There's somebody that has been acting as or trying to act as John McAfee, and who has been adding me to lists. And as a matter of fact, it's multiple accounts that this person is probably managing. But I was looking at it, and one of the giveaways for scam accounts is the date that they were created. Usually scam accounts have minimal investment in them. However, more sophisticated attackers will buy several dormant Twitter accounts. Now, where they get the information for that, the sign information for, I have no idea. But there are places where you can go out there and you can buy Twitter accounts that are dormant, that haven't been used, but they were created in like 2016. And this gets around a lot of your normal senses. When you're looking at when the account was created and you see that it was created in 2016, you know that nobody just created the thing. However, there's this thing, and it's something to remember. One of the policies of Twitter is this: if they permanently suspend your account, they take away all of your followers and all of the people that you're following. And so when I looked at the details on this account, they weren't following anybody, and they didn't have any followers. But the account was created in like 2018. So that leads me to believe that this particular account that had just added me to a list was in fact not dormant for any other reason other than the fact that it had previously been suspended. You hear what I'm saying here? Somebody has access to Twitter's internals to the extent that they can re-enable suspended accounts and then use them. I mean, contemplate that. And this has been going on for over a week now. And as a matter of fact, probably about two, maybe even 3 weeks that I've been continually added to a list by someone that's just listed as John, and when I go to it, it says it's John McAfee, but it's not. Anyway, let's get back to this thing. Twitter typically shuts these accounts down pretty fast. A Twitter spokesperson, when reached, said the company was looking at... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's it. That somebody created some accounts, and now that they have this internal access to Twitter, they're re-enabling their old scam accounts. A Twitter spokesperson, when reached, said the company was, quote, looking into the matter, but didn't immediately comment. The story is developing. Stay tuned for updates. Below are screenshots of some of the hacked accounts. Yeah. Oh, shit. Jack Dorsey's account got hacked, too. Oh, man. Suddenly I don't feel so bad that they suspended my account there like back in like last October. So yeah, I think that was 2019 or 2020. I don't know. It was a long time ago. But yeah, this is sad. It's very, very sad. You know, and from what I can gather, it's my suspicion so far is that, you know, somebody brought up the idea of it being a rando, and that's certainly possible. There's nothing. It's not beyond the capabilities of some random hacker or group of hackers and social engineers pulling the shit. However, I get the impression from the nature of the people that were hit, that the person is either somebody who's been involved in crypto for a very long time, or somebody who's been working for Twitter for a very long time, or somebody who has intimate knowledge of Twitter's internal workings, because they have they have Twitter completely fucking pwned. And I'm just, you know, I've been looking at it, and nobody throws away an exploit for something so fucking chump change. You know, if you've got access to a system to the extent that you can compromise the fucking CEO's account, if you have that much control over their systems, you are fucking God. You're fucking God on their accounts. Okay, so that, again, this leads me to believe that it's either somebody internal, or it is somebody who has got their systems so fucking pwned. They're basically like camping in Twitter's servers. Okay, like they live there. That's like their occupation. That's their residency. That's where they live. You know, when they turn on their computer in the morning, it pops up. It's a fucking internal screen from Twitter. Okay, that's how pwned this person has their shit. And I mean, I really don't want to believe that Twitter could be pwned to that extent from outside, but it is possible. So I'm not gonna lie there. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw back down into some music, and then we're going to get back into this thing a bit. It just, like I said, it's not lining up for me, the idea that it's just some random person. Again, you've got to look at what kind of things they're targeting, and, you know, what makes it disconcerting to me is this. Okay, let's look back to the Marriott hack, all right? Whoever hacked Marriott's systems, and it was an external actor from what I can understand, from what I've been able to tell from it, it was an external actor. They compromised Marriott systems somewhere along the way. They might even have been a Marriott employee at one of these oddball little hotels somewhere, and they had intimate access to the systems. However, I doubt that, only because Marriott's a multi-billion-dollar company. They got fucking system admins monitoring everything, so on and so forth. If it was coming from one side in particular, they would have gotten control over it the first time, but they didn't. And that's the thing. The same thing happened at fucking Equifax. You know, they'd been compromised for like 12 months too, before they even knew they were compromised. And then the person did the hack, where they harvested all this information, or they disseminated all of the information that they'd harvested for the duration that they had been inside Equifax's systems. And so the same thing with Marriott. Okay, this person or people, whatever it is, actors, it was probably actors. They dumped the financial information and personal information for 800 million Marriott customers. Okay, so contemplate that. This person had unfettered access to Marriott systems for the previous 16 months. They'd been acquiring all this data for 16 months. And the only reason they bothered to dump their load, from what I can gather, is that their easy peasy access was found after 16 months and terminate it. In which case they said, okay, we made enough money from that one. We've got other access points. Let's go ahead and reveal the fact that we had those systems exploited, and that we've got all the information that was worth anything. Let's go ahead and make some money on it right now. And then 4 months later, they fucking hit them again. They only came away with 300,000 records, but that says to me that was 300,000 new records of new customers that they didn't have, that they'd accumulated over that 4 to 6 month time before that access point was terminated. And I'm not convinced that Marriott has determined all the places and all the ways that they've been hacked. Because I'll tell you what, if I'm fucking hacking your ass for 16 months, I'm going to continually be developing new fucking ways into your shit. That way, if you ever catch me, I've got 13 other fucking ways to Wednesday to hack your shit and set up camp again. And so Twitter, I'm going to tell y'all right now, and I know at least one of y'all is listening, if it's how I suspect, you guys need to do a full fucking douche. Everybody in like your admins and shit, they all need to change their fucking phone numbers, change their fucking email addresses, change all their motherfucking passwords, and then you need to be doing a security review of all of them. How many fucking devices do they have connected? Have they lost access to any of the devices that they've got system admin access through? A full fucking douche. And this is, again, assuming that it's not a current employee, which I'm not entirely convinced is the case. I would be willing to bet that whatever means of access they're using, it's probably this. Start looking among all of your employees, if you don't already know who it is or what accounts they're getting in through. Look at all of your employees that have gone from on-site to at home. I think that you'll find that it's probably become a lot easier to hack your employees now that they're on consumer grade hardware and connecting to you. And I don't know what your policy is with regard to off-site working, but I would be willing to bet that it's been one of the people that has transitioned from being on-site to being off-site over the last 4 months, since we did the shutdown shit. But yeah, I would be willing to bet that's the case. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw down with some music. And you know what? I've been wanting to play this. Vola, The Same War, here on Coin Metal. And that was Slayer with Seasons in the Abyss. And so, as far as where we're going to go next, seems like there's a lot more articles concerning this whole business. And I didn't set it up in any particular order. That's really funny. But I gone to multiple websites and trying to cover more on this Twitter business. Where is it? Yeah, like I said, I've got like 3 or 4 different stories here, and at least one of them was from Bloomberg, and that didn't quite work out. Let's go to this one if I can find it. Input. Alright, so anyway, I got this article here about Twitter, and I'm trying to find the other one I have. I've got like several. Let's see, Bitcoin, Bit Club, that was all the other day, resignation letter, AML, Bitcoin, Fusus, Paint Splashed, Blind Spot, no. Maybe. Oh, let's see. CZ, Binance, Gemini, Coinbase, and other Twitter accounts have been hacked. Do not click the URL in the Twitter posts. Crypto accounts CZ, Binance, Gemini, KuCoin, Tron, Justin Sun, Bitfinex, Charlie Lee, Ripple. Non-crypto accounts Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Uber, Jeff Bezos, Mike Bloomberg, and Twitter support. Oh god, that's funny. Oh, let's see. The hackers have received so far 12.9 Bitcoin. Get educated here. News links. I'm trying to find an actual article about this, and every time I try and go to one, it seems like it's forbidden or some shit like that, or less than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, I do have at least one. Yeah, here we go. This was Cointelegraph. I guess they had a live thing where they were discussing the ongoing Twitter hack. And the title of it is Live Coverage. Join us as we discuss the ongoing Twitter hack. And this was put out about 6 hours ago, so it's probably not live still. It says Cointelegraph wrote this and says the live stream has now ended. A large-scale Twitter attack has taken over the accounts of some of the most powerful verified accounts in the world, including Joe Biden, Elon Musk, George Wallace, Bill Gates, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Wiz Khalifa, Warren Buffett, Mike Bloomberg, Barack Obama, and Jeff Bezos. Business accounts from Uber, Twitter Support, CoinDesk, and many others were likewise affected. The accounts are running a Bitcoin giveaway scam that has so far conned Twitter users out of roughly 12.8 Bitcoin, or approximately $118,000. So yeah, apparently they had that live feed. Let me see if they have anything more on it. Let me go to their direct website and see what we can come up with here. Hidden messages found in trend. Oh, this was an interesting little bit about it. And okay, and so let's go to this one first here. And this one's by John Rice, and it was authored approximately 8 hours ago, so a little bit before that live stream started. Elon Musk, Kanye West, and Bill Gates' Twitter accounts hacked by Bitcoin thief. And so John Rice, so yes, penis. Elon Musk's Twitter account was apparently hijacked today following a series of attacks on cryptocurrency-related accounts, including major exchanges such as Binance and US-based Coinbase, Gemini, and others. Handles compromised include Bitcoin's Twitter account. Holy shit, that's kind of big. So Musk's account pinned a tweet to his feed at 4:17 Eastern Time, which suggested that the entrepreneur would double any Bitcoin sent to his wallet address. Musk has, in the past, discussed cryptocurrencies in his Twitter feed, suggesting that he owns 0.25 Bitcoin. Scammers have been known to use this technique to dupe Bitcoin owners into sending irreversible transactions to a digital wallet. Bill Gates' account was also targeted as the attack continued. While the attackers initially concentrated on crypto-native accounts, they expanded to technology leaders such as Jeff Bezos of Amazon and celebrities like Kanye West. After 10 minutes, the wallet address was posted on Musk's account already contained 3.64 Bitcoins, worth approximately $35,000 at the time of writing. Prior to Musk's account being hacked, the wallet had only received 0.65 Bitcoin after being posted on the hacked accounts of numerous exchanges. Numerous other accounts within the cryptocurrency space had already been accessed by the apparent hack, including the largest exchanges in the space. Binance and Coinbase have 2.2 million Twitter followers between them, although Musk's account is an order of magnitude larger with 36.9 million followers. While the original tweet was soon deleted, a new version popped up again within seconds, suggesting that the attack was ongoing. That suggests to me that the attacker still had access. The attack ongoing or the attacker still having access, one of the two. I've said a few times now that I think that it's an internal based attack. That it's somebody that has admin level access all over Twitter, and they probably recently transitioned to working remotely. But there have been other little artifacts to indicate that this individual not only has an intimate knowledge of Twitter and the celebrities on it, but they also seem to know a little bit about Bitcoin. And so this one's by Turner Wright, and it was authored approximately 2 hours ago. Well, let me refresh this and check and verify. Yeah, approximately 2 hours ago. And so, yes, penis. Hidden messages found in transactions to Twitter hack Bitcoin addresses. Some of the largest and most influential Twitter accounts in the world were hacked earlier today to promote fake Bitcoin giveaways. But eagle-eyed Reddit users have spotted a series of hidden messages and transactions sent to the Bitcoin wallet at the center of the scam. Prominent accounts targeted in the Twitter attack include Joe Biden, Elon Musk, George Wallace, Bill Gates, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Wiz Khalifa, Warren Buffett, Mike Bloomberg, Barack Obama, and Jeff Bezos. The accounts were hacked with a message promising that if users sent Bitcoin a particular address, they'd get 2 to 1 in return. According to blockchain data, a user sent 0.00005348 Bitcoin, roughly $0.50 in seven different transactions to the Bitcoin wallet associated with the Twitter hack. The yet-to-be-identified spender spent about 6 times that in transaction fees, $11.19 in transaction fees, to send the following message. Quote, "Just read all transaction outputs as text. You take risk when use Bitcoin for your Twitter game. Bitcoin is traceable. Why not Monero?" As of this writing, scammers have conned Twitter users out of 12.86 Bitcoin, roughly $118,000. It's unclear whether the message was targeted at those responsible for the hack or for those who fell for the Bitcoin giveaway scam by sending crypto. Why not Monero? Monero is well known in the crypto community as a coin with more privacy features than Bitcoin and is considered by many as a token of choice for scammers and dark web activities. Reddit user Ethereum Flows said the message was strategic in that it reached people who use Bitcoin to get them to research some of the differences with XMR. Quote, "I doubt anyone that has Monero would fall for this scam, but a lot of gullible people have Bitcoin. No disrespect. I'm sure the intention was always to eventually swap for Monero. Questions will be directed at whichever exchange this happens with, I'm sure. Is this good press for Monero? I don't know, but it does advertise the high level of privacy and security." As of this writing, the price of Monero is $71.04, up 4.66% in the last 24 hours, while Bitcoin remains in the 9200s. So yeah, that's a significant amount of cheddar to be gleaned from this type of attack. And it's really interesting to me that let me see if there's any more to this quote, though. Let's see. Twitter hacker who famously hacked Barack Obama, Elon Musk, and others gets message and address. And so this was Ethereum Flow says, I think this was strategic. More people have Bitcoin than XMR. It also isn't easy to figure out how to use Monero, not an entry-level crypto. I doubt anyone that has Monero would fall for this scam, but a lot of gullible people have Bitcoin. No disrespect. I'm sure the intention was always to eventually swap for Monero. Questions will be directed at whichever exchange this happens on for sure. Let's see here. I'm trying to view the entire discussion here. Let's see here. Is this good press for Monero? I don't know, but it does advertise the high level of privacy and security. Yeah, it does. And let me see if I can view all the comments on here. Let's see. Organic Droid says, yeah, sure, it can be traced, but will it really? Will anyone get caught? And the average house cat says only time will tell. Yeah. Let me see something here. Yeah, so I think that it's really interesting that they should point out Monero, because it is a privacy-focused coin. And so using it as an exit point for such a hack, I think is only kind of logical. But I think it says more about the lax level of security that Twitter has, that such an attack can happen. Anyway, if it's worth something valuable, people will try and hack it, and I think this is just another lesson in that. It's like if somebody gets access to your Twitter account, chances are that they have access to your phone number. If you've done any kind of purchasing through there, you connected your Visa card to it, maybe there's some sort of access there that can be had. It's just not a good idea, Same thing with your email address. It's like if somebody has your email address and has your phone number, they've got a lot of details that they need if they want to compromise things like your 2FA. Just not smart at all. Let's see here. Here we go. There's interesting. And this is on YouTube. Yahoo News. A hacker used Twitter's own, quote, admin tool to spread cryptocurrency scam. A hacker allegedly behind a spade... Oh, I'm sorry. This is by Zach Whitaker, and it is on TechCrunch. Maybe this is the same article that we read earlier? Wait a minute. Let's see something here. Yeah, so it is... I think this is the same... No, this is the same article that we read here, but the Yahoo News one is different. A hacker allegedly behind a spate of Twitter account hacks on Wednesday gained access to a Twitter admin tool on the company's network that allowed them to hijack high-profile Twitter accounts to spread a cryptocurrency scam, according to a person with direct knowledge of the incident. The account hijacks hit some of the most prominent users on the social media platform, including leading cryptocurrency sites, but also ensnared several celebrity accounts, notably Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Democratic presidential hopeful Joe Biden. Vice earlier on Wednesday reported details of the Twitter admin tool. A Twitter spokesperson, when reached, did not comment on the claims. Twitter later confirmed in a series of tweets that the attack was caused by, quote, a coordinated social engineering attack by people who successfully targeted some of our employees with access to internal systems and tools. A person involved in the underground hacking scene told TechCrunch that a hacker that goes by the handle Kirk, not their real name, generated over $100,000 in a matter of hours by gaining access to an internal Twitter tool which they used to take control of popular Twitter accounts. The hacker used the tool to reset the associated email addresses of affected accounts to make it more difficult for the owner to regain control. The hacker then pushed a cryptocurrency scam that claimed whatever funds a victim sent, quote, will be sent back doubled. The person told TechCrunch that Kirk had started out by selling access to vanity Twitter accounts, such as usernames that are short, simple, and recognizable. It's big business, if not still illegal. A stolen username or social media handle can go for anywhere between a few $100s or thousands. Kirk is said to have contacted a trusted member of OG Users, a forum popular with traders of hacked social media handles. Kirk needed the trusted member to help sell stolen vanity usernames. In several screenshots of a Discord chat shared with TechCrunch, Kirk said, quote, send me ats and BTC, referring to Twitter usernames and cryptocurrency, and, quote, I'll get your shit done, he said, referring to hijacking Twitter accounts. But then later in the day, Kirk started hacking everything, the person told TechCrunch. Kirk allegedly had access to an internal tool on Twitter's network which allowed them to effectively take control of a user's account. A screenshot shared with TechCrunch shows the apparent admin tool. Twitter is removing tweets and suspending users that share screenshots of the tool. A screenshot of the alleged internal Twitter account tool, image supplied. The tool appears to allow users, ostensibly Twitter employees, to control access to a user's account, including changing the email associated with the account and even suspending the user altogether. We've redacted details from the screenshot as it appears to represent a real user. The person did not say exactly how Kirk got access to Twitter's internal tools, but hypothesized that a Twitter employee's corporate account was hijacked. With a hijacked employee account, Kirk could make their way into the company's internal network. The person who said it was unlikely that a Twitter employee was involved with the person also said it was unlikely that a Twitter employee was involved in the account takeovers. As part of their hacking campaign, Kirk targeted Binance first, the person said, then quickly moved to popular cryptocurrency accounts. The person said Kirk had made more money in an hour than selling usernames. To gain control of the platform, Twitter briefly suspended some account actions, as well as prevented verified users from tweeting in an apparent effort to stem the account hijacks. Twitter later tweeted, quote, it was working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible. Yeah, a lot of things are not what they appear to be. And, just from what I can see of the hack, the nature of the hits, the way they were coordinated, I would be willing to suggest that This person either is a crypto OG, but I don't know. I think this person is an employee of Twitter. You know, they're either a current Twitter employee, or they've hacked a current Twitter employee's admin account and got access to this whiz-bang tool, which probably shouldn't exist. And yeah, let me look at this Vice article if we got it. Yeah, here we go. Oh shit. Oh wow. So this is probably more information about this specific hack. Some Vice.com, hackers convinced Twitter employee to help them hijack accounts. After a wave of account takeovers, screenshots of an internal Twitter user administration tool are being shared in the hacking underground. And this is by Joseph Cox. So definitely penis. And this is authored July 15th, 2020 at 4:14 p.m., so relatively recently. A Twitter insider is responsible for a wave of high-profile account takeovers on Wednesday, according to leaked screenshots obtained by Motherboard and two sources who took over accounts. On Wednesday, a spike of high-profile accounts, including those of Joe Biden, Elon Musk, blah blah blah, were tweeted cryptocurrency scams in an apparent hack. Quote, "We used a rep that literally done all the work for us," one of the sources told Motherboard. A second source added that they paid the Twitter insider. Motherboard granted the source's anonymity to speak candidly about a security incident. The Twitter spokesperson told Motherboard that the company is still investigating whether the employee hijacked the accounts themselves or gave hackers access to the tool. The accounts were taken over by using an internal tool at Twitter, according to the sources, as well as screenshots of the tool obtained by Motherboard. One of the screenshots shows the panel and the account of Binance. Binance is one of the accounts that hackers took over today. According to screenshots seen by Motherboard, at least some of the accounts appear to have been compromised by changing the email address associated with them using the tool. In all, 4 sources close to or inside the underground hacking community provided Motherboard with screenshots of the user tool. The two sources said the Twitter panel was also used to change ownership of some so-called OG accounts that have a handle consisting of only 1 or 2 characters, as well as facilitating the tweeting of cryptocurrency scams from the high-profile accounts. Twitter has been deleting some screenshots of the panel and has suspended users who have tweeted them, claiming that the tweets violate its rules. Do you know anything else about these account hijackings or insider data abuse at other companies? We'd love to hear from you. Using non-work phone or your computer, you can contact Joseph Cox securely on Signal, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we're not going to go into that. The panel is a stark example of the issue of insider data access at tech companies, whereas in other cases, hackers have bribed workers to leverage tools over individual users. In this case, the access has led to takeovers of some of the biggest user accounts on the social media platform and tweeted Bitcoin-related scams in an effort to generate income. Quite successfully, I might add. One of the screenshots is a Twitter user posting images of the panel themselves. At the time of writing, that account has been suspended. Data Breach Monitoring and Prevention Service Under the Breach obtained a similar screenshot and tweeted it as the worker hijacked several accounts. The person in control of the under the breach account told Motherboard Twitter then removed the tweet with the screenshot and suspended them for 12 hours. A message replacing the tweet now says it violated the Twitter rules. A Twitter spokesperson told Motherboard in an email that, quote, "As per our rules, we are taking action on any private personal information shared in tweets." After the publication of this piece, Twitter said in a tweet that, quote, "We detected that what we believe to be a coordinated social engineering attack by people who successfully targeted some of our employees with access to internal systems and tools." Other hijacked accounts included Michael Bloomberg and cryptocurrency platforms Coinbase and Gemini. The accounts falsely announced that they had partnered up with an organization called Crypto for Health, which claims it was going to provide people with Bitcoin as long as they sent some to an address first. Shortly after the spike of takeovers, Twitter itself tweeted that users may be unable to reset their passwords or tweet while the company addresses the issue. Within an hour of the breach, Republican Senator Josh Hawley wrote a letter to Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey asking for more information about the hack, including how the hack occurred, how many users were compromised, and whether the hack affected President Trump's account. Hawley said, "Please reach out immediately to the DOJ and the Federal Bureau of Investigation and take any necessary measures to secure the site before this breach expands." In 2017, a Twitter worker briefly deleted President Trump's account before it was quickly reinstated. Two former Twitter employees previously abused their access to spy on users for the Saudi regime, according to the DOJ. All tech companies face the issue of malicious insiders. Motherboard has previously revealed how Facebook employees use their privileged access to user data to stalk women. How Snapchat users or workers had a tool called Snapline that provides information on users. How MySpace employees abused a tool called Overlord to spy on users during the site's heyday. Update. This piece has been updated to include a response from Twitter and more information from a SIM swapping source. Interesting. So apparently this might have included some SIM swapping too? I don't know. Anytime that kind of level of attack is utilized, it seems like they get a hold of admin level access to shit relatively easily. This attack is deeper. It's either deeper or shallower, I might add. There is the possibility of it shallower, and I'll tell you why and how I know that. Because a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, one of my cousins was living in a dormitory apartment building. Basically, it was an apartment building that was like 90% occupied by college students from the U of O. And one of the ways that I was clued into this fact was that before I could open my laptop, somebody had compromised my Windows partition. Now, thankfully, I'd had two partitions on it. I had my Windows partition and my Linux partition, and they weren't able to access the Linux partition, and I was able to use some admin tools and clean up the fucking Windows partition. Besides all of that, the point being is my laptop was compromised probably sometime when I parked. The fact that it was powered on You know, that before I managed to get it set up and whatever, because it was powered on, somebody was able to access it. And this is back in I want to say 2003, 2004. It was a while ago. Okay, so that just gives you an idea of how capable hackers have been in compromising systems, private systems. So there was, I'd read somewhere the supposition, the possibility that something as simple as a laptop or even a digital device such as a phone could have been acquired and or compromised in order to enable this hack. And so, given what I've just described happening, back in 2004, 2005, way back then, the possibility that, a laptop owned by a high-level Twitter employee or Twitter admin or whatever came into such a sphere and was not properly secure. Now, I don't find that very likely, that such a device would be roaming around, but I have seen such lapses in security before in just as big a corporation as Twitter is. So, the possibility remains. If it's something worth hacking, people are going to fucking figure out a way to hack it. Why such a tool exists that allows them to, behind your back, go in and delete your tweets or make it to where nobody can see your tweets or some shit like that. It's fucking, it's sickening. It's fucking sickening. You should be getting whatever exposure that you're crafting for yourself through your participation on Twitter. Not because some fucking admin is either pumping you up or deleting your shit. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw back down with some music. And as far as where I want to go, I haven't played in any Fear Factory in a long, long time. I think it's time for some Fear Factory. Let's get back into that. Where are they? Here we go. And so, I've got pretty much all of it. So, what to start off with? Let's go with Protomech here on Coin Metal. And that was Killing Joke with I Am the Virus. And it is with that I'd like to close out this episode. Thank you very much for listening. I certainly do appreciate the support. We will be back again on Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so until then, I want y'all to trade safe. Do your homework. And watch out for your own bunghole, because Twitter sure as fuck isn't going to do it for you. And so as far as our last dance is concerned, I haven't picked anything out. We got about 3.5 minutes left, so we'll have to keep it short and sweet. And so, let me see here. I was looking for something specific. And yeah, this is it. Last Dance Dope Survive here on Coin Metal. Thank you again for listening, and y'all have an excellent evening. Good night.